You guys see this shit being done in the light of the United States unambiguously aligning itself with Russia? This happened before the UN vote. The UN vote that I'm referring to is the one where the United States voted against a UN resolution that affirmed Ukrainian territorial integrity and blamed Russia for their invasion of Ukraine. But Macron met with Donald Trump in the Oval Office and actually directly corrected him of something. How funny is that?
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated because they are the one to have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they were the one to aggress.
Again, just so you understand, Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total effort, and it was through.
I know it's such a small thing, but do you have any idea how much disrespect Macron must have for Trump to grab the president's arm and set it down, and then while in the Oval Office, while talking to American press, well, international press, but you know, to correct him on misinformation? Nobody treats Trump like this. It's incredible. He's made such an enemy of all of Western Europe, pending, I guess, Germany, depending on how prominent AfD gets. But for now, at least, of all of Western Europe, you know?
Like the US, loans.
Look at him. Look at his face, dude. Look at how mad he is.
60% of the total effort. And it was through, like the US,
I'm not mad.
Loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money, to be clear. We have 230 billion frozen.
That's where Trump got the hand bruise. No, but that'd be funny.
Assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging. So they are frozen. If at the end of the day in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loaned.
He's like coddling him, literally tut-tutting Trump on international TV. No, genuinely. It's like, I really think about it because obviously we're used to seeing interpersonal interactions. Have you ever seen anyone treat Trump like this? I have a feeling that Macron is fully aware of the fact, or like he also buys into the idea that Trump has basically no power in the current White House, that America is completely antagonistic to the interests of its former allies, and that like he can basically do whatever he wants. How mad do you think Stephen Miller got? Yeah, no kidding. It's really funny. Former allies? Yeah, okay, but like that's good. That's good. You don't want our former allies to just go along with us as we descend into fascism. You want them to oppose it. That's what we want. Keep in mind, man, appeasement of Adolf Hitler was bad for the German people too. That's what got Dresden bombed. Every step that Hitler took, the annexation of Austria and the Sudetenland and so on, that all led to World War II, which obliterated Germany. The German people did not benefit from appeasement. They were hurt by it as much as anyone else. Anyway, I really hope this leads to more of this behavior in the future because, again, man, like, Jesus, grabbing the president. You realize that as soon as Macron reached out to Donald Trump, every Secret Service agent watching this, like, in the room, like, flinched, right? You can't just do that to the president. But he did, which is great.
Loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total effort, and it was
okay
of the total effort, and it was
okay.
Like the US, loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money. To be clear, we have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging. So they are frozen. If at the end of the day in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loaned at the end of the day and Russia will have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me.
Trump's not even pushing back on it. Like he's not even opposing that. It's just like, okay, whatever. You caught me. Yeah, I was lying. Whatever. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. Totally different like understandings of the world. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Weak ass response. No kid. It is like cuck shit 100%. But it is like I guess reflective of a presidency where he has no real power, only symbolic power. you know, kind of like in line with like every time Elon Musk does anything, reporters ask the White House to explain, and Trump is like, hey, he can do what he wants. I don't know. I'm not really privy to the details. Yeah, let him do it. Who cares? You think Trump is going to increase tariffs just for correcting him? I mean, they're threatening the reciprocal taraffs. I don't know. Do you think Trump's even going to remember this? He's so far gone, man. It's genuinely like it's just hard to. I don't know. It's actually really good that it's not alone because this ties Ukraine to Europe more. 100%. Unfortunately, it does look like Ukraine has agreed to the U.S. deal vis-a-vis natural resources and reconstruction. I'm not sure on the details. I'll talk about it more in a future segment. I'm kind of like covering a lot of stuff right now. We're still covering this after all. But a united European front defending Ukraine is more important than ever. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? It's not just for Ukraine. I'm thinking about us, man. Ukraine is like a wedge issue, a galvanizing point, an abstract issue to us Americans, but to Europeans, they're right on the border, man. They're right there. Remember, in Germany, okay, Russia's invasion of Ukraine would be like if you lived in Texas and you heard that like Georgia was under attack or something. Like it's right there. America's a big country. You superimpose the territory size and it's like you get a feeling for how like immediately important this stuff is to people over in Europe. And the more they support Ukraine, the more they're galvanized against the the fascism here in America. Like if you make Ukraine New York, then Germany's like, I don't know, Michigan or something. And France is like Colorado. It's like it's right there. Not gonna lie, I'm thinking more about Poland. No kidding, dude. Like for Poland, if you put Kiev right, yeah, put Kiev in the New York blob somewhere around here. Don't get mad at me. Then Poland is literally fucking Chicago. Warsaw's like Chicago. It's literally Chicago to New York. That's Detroit, idiot. Oh fuck, you're right. Sorry, that's this blip. Yeah, that's Detroit. To Detroit. Don't talk to me, okay? Italy is the Mississippi of Europe. Sure, why not? That's a grievous insult to the Italian people. It's very mean, and I would be upset if I was them. Basically, what I'm saying is that U.S. global hegemony is over. Multipolarity is back, and it looks like Western and Central Europe are going to be one of the main blips. They're going to be one of the main forces. We'll see what happens with China. We'll see whether they build out the Chinese century or they stay aligned with Russia, which I think would be in the detriment to their detriment in the long term. We'll see. But man, just the disrespect. Just the disrespect. Super embarrassing. For Trump, I mean. Not for me. I think it's great. Assuming the United States shakes off the fascism, what do you think of them rejoining the pile? I don't think, at least not for a long time, anyone's going to trust us. How could they? Like, Trump term 1 was one thing. Second Trump term, country overtaken by literally one oligarch, like one guy with a big bank account, a South African immigrant who made a fuck ton of money off of speculative investment in tech companies, single-handedly controlling the country, doing whatever he wants with no consequences. Would you trust us? Yeah, at least China's stable. The CCP is 1,000,000 times more stable than America is right now. And I think it's great. God willing, Canada, fire your missiles. Rid our wretched existence of this earth, okay? Western Europe, you're on your own now. I'm giving you all the luck in the world. Canada has missiles? I assume they have like a few. Vaush, stability, and liberty are negatively connected. Wrong. Actually, instability tends to beget authoritarianism. Look at what's happening to the United States right now. Lol, Hearts of Iron 4 chatter piping up. Yeah. Vaush, actually, Canada has no nukes. I said missiles! You presumptuous motherfuckers, always trying to get one up on me. You're so American. France can provide nukes to Canada. Isn't it crazy how, like, 10 years ago, an American who was like, I wish we were more like Europe, was likely to be some kind of, like, trust fund backpacking, like, hippie kid or whatever. And now, an American who's like, I side more with Western Europe, is like a NAFO-supporting, militant, like, liberalism will die over my dead body type, you know? The new front. The new front for the new world.